Now, the cave is an experiment on what would happen if you mix the adventure game genre with puzzle solving and a little platforming. It works well overall with a few problems here or there, but it's still a fun game to play and replay. I say puzzle solving because sometimes you're going to need to figure out how to get past an obstacle. And while that could describe any adventure game at times, it was more than that. You would often have to do platforming puzzles to get past something. The game is very replayable because you can choose from 7, well, 8 if you count the twins, which the game doesn't. Nice math there. There are 7 different players with their own reasons for exploring the cave, and these characters can either make the levels easier or harder depending on the team you pick. Now you have to choose a 3-person team. You can pick from a knight, a hillbilly, a time traveler, a scientist, an adventurer, twin children, and a monk. They each have different abilities that they can use to make your time in the cave easier. How quickly you get through the cave will depend on the group of 3 that you choose to bring with you. For example, the hillbilly can hold his breath underwater, and the adventurer can use a grappling hook to cross the areas that have hooks by them. The characters look nice. They had a very cartoonish feel and look to them. However, I should warn you, the game is dark, very dark at times. Now, I'm not talking about the lighting. These are not good people, as you'll learn through playing this game. While some of them may just have made bad choices, some of them are just downright evil. This game is a bit of a disturbing look into what a person or persons will do to get the outcome they think they deserve. That's not to say it's all serious, because it isn't. Like any good story, it has humor in the background to keep things somewhat lighthearted, and I really appreciated that. One of the things that makes it really entertaining is the talking cave itself.
Welcome. Don't let my sultry and mysterious voice startle you. For hundreds, nay thousands, nay tens of thousands of years, people have come to me in search of what they desire most. Few find what they are looking for. Even fewer ever leave. Welcome to the cave. That's me. The cave. Yes, I'm a talking cave. Don't laugh. It makes dating hell.
As you can hear, he can be very sarcastic and amusing. The problem is that you're going to want to hear his comments more often than he shows up. Usually he only comments when you go to a new area or you die. And even then, if you die too many times, he'll stop talking to you because he thinks he's encouraging you to die. The way the game is broken down is like this. There's a group area, then a character storyline. Group area, then a character storyline, and so on. I wish they had focused more on the character storyline areas, since those were the most fun to play. But I think the longest sections were usually the group areas, which on multiple replays would have you do the exact same thing again. Now, one of the more annoying parts of this game is that there was no inventory system. Your characters could only hold one thing, so often that would mean you would have to backtrack a lot to get the items that you would need. Now, it was a bit annoying to have to switch between your characters. There should have been an option to call them over to you. They will come to you if you get to the end of a puzzle, and the game can guess that you just want them all to come to you. But most of the time, you'll have to switch to that character and then walk over to the group. Now, I did say you could die, and that's somewhat true. In fact, you could commit suicide at any point, but you'll instantly be reset back to life. This is one of those adventure games where you just can't die, and I always like those. It makes the game fun to explore when you don't have to worry about death all the time. Now, if you saw my previous video that I did, you'll see that I ran into a bit of a game-breaking bug, and I accessed parts of the cave that I really shouldn't have, at the point I was. That wasn't the only bug I came across. I ended up walking in the walls a few more times on accident, and very late in the game, one of my items that I desperately needed disappeared. I had to save my game and reload it just to make it reappear. Now, the title can be played co-op using the Wiimote and the nunchuck. But I found it a bit distracting to do that because other people don't get screens of their own, and you're going to all have to work off the same screen. Each of the characters can also collect a copy of the cave paintings on the wall. These paintings will unfold some of your backstory of the characters that you're controlling. The cave was fun. Sure, it was dark and the storylines could get a little disturbing at times. And you're going to want to go back and replay this game because you're going to want to see how all the other characters' storylines end up. So I think this game is definitely worth a buy.